just say your name and spell it for me,
Okay.
and then we'll be good on that.
My name is Philip Reeves, and Philip is spelled with 2 L's, and Reeves is R-E-E-V-E-S. And this is my wife, Kay Reeves.
K-A-Y.
And I used to be a Branscombe, B-R-A-N-S-C-U-M.
Okay.
That was my maiden name.
Very good. All right. I'd like for you guys to tell me why you're in town today.
Well, there's a lot of good memories in Okemah. It can easily be said that Okemah is everybody's hometown. It's just a really nice community with really wonderful people here. A lot of hard-working people, successful people.
Woody Guthrie kind of people.
Woody Guthrie kind of people.
Of course, we're music lovers, and years ago I used to listen to Woody's records over and over and over again. And then after I became a teacher, I used a lot of his songs for our assemblies and everything. So it has a lot of meaning. And Phil's mother actually lived at the foot of the hot and cold water towers up there. So
Well, they're famous too.
yeah, so
Not
we
as famous as Woody
so we
Guthrie.
would
Very
even
famous.
tell our kids, you know, about Woody Guthrie and of course about the hot and cold water towers. So.
Yeah. Well, of course, Woody was a child of the Oklahoma Dust Bowl and the the nationwide depression, and he was, you'd have to say he was from the poor side of the tracks.
And so were we.
And so were we. And Woody made the Grapes of Wrath trips out to California, and listened to my father talk back in those years. You begin to realize that the Grapes of Wrath wasn't one migration. It was something that people did almost every year or every couple of years. They'd go out to California and make enough money and come back and live here till the money was gone, and then they'd go back and make some more money.
Some glad morning when this life is over, I'll fly away to my home on God's celestial shore. I'll fly away, oh, I'll fly away, oh, glory, I'll fly away, hallelujah, when I die, hallelujah, by and by, I'll fly away.
Now, Woody was on the side of the working people. And of course, the 30s and 40s was a real conflict time between the unions and the industrialized society and the big money people. And Woody was never on the big money side. He was on the poor guy's side.
Ain't gonna study war no more. Ain't gonna study war no more. Ain't gonna study war no more. I ain't gonna study war no more. Ain't gonna study war no more. Ain't gonna study war no more. Oh, I ain't gonna study war no more.
Well, I had the pleasure of meeting Woody Guthrie in 1956 when I lived on the Lower East Side. And like many people, I was born in 1930. All of us knew Woody Guthrie as an extraordinary songwriter, and also those of us blessed to meet him or know people like Cisco Houston that I did, and Ramblin' Jack Elliott and the folk singer Gene Ritchie and Pete Seeger, made us realize what an extraordinary man he was, much more than the stereotyped image of the guy with the guitar hopping freights. Guthrie was an amazing writer. Not only his book Bound for Glory, but the other articles that he wrote, the lyrics for the songs and the poems that he wrote, the letters that he wrote are incredible. They're a real picture, permanently documented, of an America of the 1920s and 30s and 40s that are unique. And interestingly enough, in Europe and other parts of the world where I go, people consider Woody Guthrie and another great writer who's also very often misunderstood, Jack Kerouac, as being similar in terms of their being able to embrace America, to see the beauty in all people.
Well, my role is I organize the festival house band, and we make ourselves available to any of the entertainers who would like to use the band. Woody Guthrie that's the common denominator. It's like, you know, total respect for Woody and his music, what he stood for. And people come here for the love of the music. Well, there's still, yeah, I mean, a lot of the same issues are still around. I mean, there's still people that are hungry. There's still people that are exploited, you know, workers that are exploited or taken advantage of or not represented like they deserve to be represented. You know, because, well, there's greed still around, so as long as there's greed in the world, there's gonna be those issues are gonna exist. And there's always gonna be people, you know, I think, that write songs about it and sing about it and use that as a way of educating other people about those kind of things.
That's right. I found lions. I escaped their jaws. I kept a few of their teeth. I let them keep their claws. I found lions. Oh, maybe they found me. Could have been bad luck. Could have been my destiny. I played dead. My pulse was true love. Hyenas giggled. The lions formed a crowd.
when leaders profit from deep divisions, when the tears of friends remain unsung. In times like these, it's good to remember these times will go. In times to come, I see the storm clouds rise above me. The sky is dark and the night has come. I walk alone along this highway where friends have gathered one by one. I know the storm will soon be over. The howling winds will cease to be. I walk with friends from every nation on freedom's highway in times like these.
The love of music. That's why everybody comes here. And it is, you know, and it's the love of music and love of Woody Guthrie, and you know, because everybody that comes here knows what a seminal figure he was in American music. It's as important as anybody ever has been.
It's the real thing.
Once at the Woody Guthrie Folk Festival. It was the 10th anniversary. It was the year 2007. And on a July day, in the wee hours of the morning, there was a person with a hand.
Well, when I start, I can't stop. Leave well, call the cops. Lord, I got the heart to go blue. And I went right home, sleep it off. Walking down with another dog. Lord, you got the heart to girl. Lord, you got the heart to girl. Lord, you got the heart to girl.
just say and then spell your name for me so
Okay.
I have that correctly?
All right. My name's Craig Berlin, and that's spelled C-R-A-I-G, and the surname is Berlin, B-E-R-L-I-N, and I'm from Sydney, Australia.
Okay. And Craig, how far from Sydney, Australia to Okemah, Oklahoma? Like 10,000 miles?
Some 1,000 miles. I know it's 9 hours, a 9-hour flight to Taiwan, and then it's about 11 hours flight from Taiwan to here.
So you've gone to a fair amount of trouble to come to Okemah, Oklahoma for this week Guthrie Festival.
Oh yeah, it's something that is, once you get the taste for it, of course you'd like to be back each and every year.
Blue jay said to the elbow front, now can I dance across your lawn? Bye you bye, bye you bye, bye you bye, bye you bye. Well, the outside frog, won't you take me? Fly across the galaxy. Bye bye, bye bye, bye bye, bye bye. Won't you take me on down to Prairie du Chien? Jump on a boat called a Delta Queen. Bye bye, bye bye, bye bye, bye bye.
Yeah, well, I think it is the basic underlying themes of what Woody has written about and struggles, pioneer spirit. Similar experiences have happened in similar ways in Australia, and we're an immigration country too, a multicultural country, and it's good to come back and see the roots of Woody's perspective and what he was writing from. About the corporate America. Same things happen in Australia. You got your corporate industry there that are controlling things, and it's about a fair go for the common man.
Trap them kids and give them a little bit of vodka and a cherry coke. We're going to Oklahoma to the family reunion for the first time in years. It's about Uncle Slayton's 'cause he's getting on in years, you know.
And Woody speaks a fundamental sort of basic truth that in his music you can relate to that. I think that would probably be what you could say about that, is that there's a certain truth that still holds true today.
This is my country. We are at war. Can't seem to get along with so many others. But the people of this land, they don't want this fight. They seem to understand that we're all sisters and brothers. But the leaders of this hungry pack of wolves, they have tasted the blood of the masses. They won't rest till they've changed all the rules, and we've had to suffer these fools and jackasses. It's time to stop them in their tracks. It's time to take our country back. Put their ideas in a sack, recycle for redemption. It's time to show them to the door. They won't be needed anymore. Tell them there will be no more war based upon preemption.
As far as the music goes, is the structure of the storyteller, the singer-songwriter, the troubadour. That element was alive and well in Australia. I guess our best equivalent of something along those lines in terms of a national identity who went around all over the country would be Australia's Slim Dusty. But yeah, the fact the experiences of how Woody would go to the common people, wherever they may be, and be amongst them and sing to them, that's an interesting aspect of who Woody was as a person and as an entertainer.
And the fact that there's a special thing about Oklahoma that's quieter, more inward, pure, down home, and for real. And a lot of the people that I met in Okemah and that everyone else meets and throughout the state have that particular quality. And Woody, I think kind of like Will Rogers, exemplified that in his own way.
Follow me out of the valley, follow me into the lights. What road brings salvation? What brings endless night? There ain't no time for hesitation. Got a brand new destination. Just believe. The road to glory gonna set you free.
He was poetic, searching, spiritual, cantankerous, proud, wild, loved his family. He was an extraordinarily important person and a consummate artist on every level, and a great free spirit who unfortunately suffered from a disease which hopefully can be cured and left us much too soon.
In the frozen darkness to that burning line inside. How we got to learn just to let it flow. To let down the track of glory where it's true believe to go. That's why we're walking Woody's Road. Woody's Road, rough and rocky, Woody's Road everywhere. Everywhere where he almost belongs. Just a rambling friend of mine, reaching out his hand. That's why we're walking Woody's Road. Just a rambling friend of mine, reaching out his hand. That's why we're walking Woody's Road. Yeah, that's why we're walking Woody's Road. Yeah, that's why we're walking Woody's Road. Woody's Road. Thank you all. Drive careful. Take a little Woody with you.
Is there anything else you'd like to say?
Just so long. It's been good to know you.